Hello, everyone. I'm Gary Laubach, along with Mike Joseph. Welcome to Behind the Mic as we get ready for the Bucknell Bison. We'll be up there for a 1 o'clock start on both the Patriot League Network and, of course, the Lafayette Sports Network. We invite you to tune in and watch the ball game. As we look back at last week's football game, not a lot of positives to take out of that game. And, you know, the much maligned, I guess, offensive line and defensive line, I don't know how much blame you can put on them for some of the struggles we've had.
Yeah, it's been very tough sledding, especially in the trenches for the Leopards. But you got to bet on Coach Clayton's going to get things done up front along with Ian Dell. They're going to challenge those kids, I think, this week and make sure that those kids understand that it's time for them to step up. The kids that are filling in, for Charlanzio and that it's no one's a freshman anymore. You really got to step up and start playing. I thought the wide receiver stepped up a little bit last week, and you go back and try to be positive. The fact that Lafayette finished that half so well and then started the second half so well, it's there. And I think you and I sit in the booths and those ties that we say, there it is. I mean, you can see they're playing well. They have some of the best players in the league, and with a running back like Ross Sherman, they're very capable of winning games.
Mike, with some of the struggles, certainly it has come down on occasion to some very important field goals that have not been made. I would think that's one of the more difficult areas to deal with because I'm not quite sure. Everybody kind of talks about kickers as it being a mental game, and I don't know what you do to correct that.
Yeah, you somewhat feel helpless as a coach because it's such a lonely position, and you've seen the anguish on Ryan's face. Obviously, he doesn't want to miss those field goals, and he's doing everything he can. But I actually watched him in pregame. He was struggling in pregame. It's almost like you and I with the golf. Sometimes you just can't hit it straight, and sometimes it just goes where it wants to go. And Ryan has the leg. He's got the strength. He's got the experience. He's made big kicks. I think it's there again, but it's a matter of getting on that positive note, getting him off. Remember, he made his first one, he made his second one, but now he's missed 3 straight. So I think if Frank can get him in a position, and the offense get him in position early in this game to make one, I think all those things will change.
And I'd like to say the golf problems are more Mike's than they are mine, but that would probably be a lie. As we look at Bucknell, this is a team that's just played well. They've won 11 of their last 13 ball games. Those 2 losses, one to Lafayette and one to Fordham. However, with that said, Lafayette has dominated this series. They've won 11 of the last 12, and the one they didn't win, I think we had about 8 inches of snow that night. So this is a strange matchup, particularly with Fordham looming for Bucknell. They're undefeated in the Patriot League. Colgate plays Fordham this week. So things are kind of all going to be settled within the next couple of weeks. Is this perhaps a trap game for Bucknell?
I would think it would be because Bucknell's got to be looking forward with just 1 loss, and obviously Fordham looking at them as the only team that really stands between them and the undefeated season. I would definitely think so. But you know what? I look at Bucknell and I see a team that's so well coached, and I see a guy that Joe Susan's had such a program in mind. He's had that plan. Getting the right quarterback, getting those offensive linemen, recruiting well, putting the right staff together. They just seem to have everything clicking at the right moments. And you have seasons like those where you don't ask questions, you can't figure it out, but you understand that the kids are coming together. And we had that type of season last year, especially late, where everything clicks and the seniors take over. And really the coaching staff just sits back and you really just watch them roll. And I think that's the type of season Bucknell's having. So it's going to be a tough task. Always tough to go to Lewisburg and play. I used to love to go to Lewisburg and play. We always played them hard. They would put up a lot of points. We would put up a lot of points. But they have that 4-2-5 defense, very similar to what Lafayette runs. So I think Lafayette might have an advantage practicing against that this week.
Of course, they only give up 20 points a game, and they only give up 295 yards of total offense. That defense is the best right now in the Patriot League in terms of giving up total offense. And it appears that if you can't score more than 20 points against Bucknell, you can't win the football game. They just don't lose if you score 20 or less. Led by quarterback R.J. Nitty, led by running back C.J. Williams. It just seems as you look at this football team on tape, they have all of the pieces.
They have the pieces, and they do have some good wide receivers as well. And R.J. Nitty, it's taken him a while to get into his mode, but I think the addition of C.J. Williams and the fact that you can run the football, and when you can block and you can run the football, it opens up everything else, and it opens up things downfield. Remember that Bucknell, they can stretch the field vertically as well as horizontally, so they are a very dangerous offensive team.
Well, we'll see how good they are and how well the Leopards are prepared to take on the Bucknell Bison. Can they give them their first Patriot League defeat of the year? We'll be there. We invite you to join us. Matt Province and I will be there to call the football game. John Leone down on the field. Mike's taking the week off and heading to Texas with his son. Mike will have a Inside the Huddle for you this week, so make sure you tune in and watch that. But this has been Behind the Mic. For Mike Joseph, I'm Gary Laubach. Thanks for joining us.